Hi there. Did you know that times tables are like the building blocks of maths? When you know your times tables, you'll enjoy maths a lot more. And you'll find it much easier to build your knowledge. Without times tables, this can be pretty difficult. And that's why I'm here to show you how to learn your times tables in 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes. Step 1. I start by writing the numbers 1 to 12 in a column and then in a row. I then fill out what's known as a multiplication table. This shows all the times tables. Once completed, we can see that 9 times by 3 is 27. And similarly, 3 times by 9 is also 27. It doesn't matter which order you put the numbers in, the answer is still the same. And this is true for all the numbers in the table. As a result, we only have to learn half the numbers in the table, and this makes our job a lot easier. Step 2. We'll now focus on the 1 to 5 times table. Whenever you multiply a number by 1, the number just stays the same. So 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 1 is 3, 4 times 1 is 4. I think we can move on now. When you multiply a number by 2, you add the number to itself. So 3 times by 2 is the same as 3, add another 3, which is 6. Here are some examples, such as 4 times by 2 is just 4 plus 4, which is 8.
So far, so good.
For the 3 times table, you can use the fact that each of your fingers has 3 creases. So, to do 7 times by 3, you just put down 7 fingers and count the number of creases, which in this case is 21. So 7 times by 3 is 21. When you times by 4, you can think of this as just timesing by 2 and timesing by 2 again. So 5 times by 2 is 10, and times by 2 again is 20. Here are some examples. So for 7, we times it by 2 once to make 14, and then times it by 2 again to make 28. For the 5 times table, we begin by writing the numbers 5 and 0 over and over again. We then miss out the first number and write 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6. That is the 5 times table. Step 3. So after looking at the 1 to 5 times tables, we now focus on 6 to 10, and what I call the triangle of doom. So to do this, we number the fingers inwards to outwards, from 6 to 10. So for the first example, let's look at 7 times by 9. We put the 7 finger next to the 9 finger, and we count all the fingers below where they meet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 fingers. This number will go in the tens column. We now count the number of fingers above the point on each hand. So that's 3 on the one and 1 on the other. We then multiply these together, which is 3, and put this next to the first number, giving us an answer of 63. For the next example, we do exactly the same thing. So, we get our 8 finger and put it next to the 6 finger. Then we count all the fingers below and including the point. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we count the fingers above on each hand. So that's 2 on the one hand and 4 on the other. 4 times 2 is 8. And so putting this next to the 4, the answer is 48. Now, in the next example, there's a 10. So we could do the same thing, 8 times by 10, but it makes a lot more sense when multiplying by 10 just to add a 0 on the end. So 8 times by 10 is 80, and the same for everything else. Whenever we multiply by 10, we just add a 0 on the end. Triangle of Doom completed. Step 4. The final piece in the puzzle are the 11 and 12 times tables. When you multiply the first 9 numbers by 11, you just write the number next to itself. So 9 times by 11 is 99, 6 times by 11 is 66, and so on. Of course, there are some exceptions, such as 11 and 12. To multiply these by 11, we just add their digits and put it in the middle. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 plus 2 is 3. To remember the 12 times table, we write the numbers from 0 to 14. We then write the even numbers next to them, so 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, we miss 1, and then repeat the same process. This is the 12 times table. After looking at the 11 and 12 times table, we now move on to the final step, step 5. Practice. You could ask yourself a question as you throw a ball up in the air, and try and answer it before you catch it. Or you could try writing a song. I like to learn times tables myself. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, maybe I'll leave that to you. You can also download the Heads Up app on a smartphone or tablet. The app lets you create your own set of cards. So on these, you can just write your times tables. You then hold it to your head and get someone to test you on your times tables. So for instance, 9 times 12, 6 times 5, 3 times 9, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed learning your times tables in less than 5 minutes. Okay, we did run over, but only slightly.